Now, the Korean economy has been growing steadily in the first half of the year, leading international investment banks to raise their forecasts for the country's GDP growth. And now the Bank of Korea has raised its own growth projection for this year to 2.8%, thanks to stronger exports. Soo-young reports.
The Korean economy is set to grow by 2.8% this year. The Bank of Korea on Thursday raised its growth estimate by 0.2 percentage points, placing it in line with analyst forecasts. This is the second time this year that the central bank has bumped up its projection, as the country's economy grew at a better-than-expected pace of 1.1% in the first quarter of this year, due to a strong surge of exports and investment. However, the new growth estimates for the 2016 to 2020 period are just 2.8 to 2.9%. This was revised down from the 3 to 3.2% range set in 2015. Experts say the bank's policymakers remain guarded due to the possible fall in labour productivity and concerns over the health of the domestic economy.
Consumption has remained weak and the level of household debt is a major matter of concern. Expansionary fiscal policies such as a supplementary budget for job creation are needed to boost the domestic economy. The projection may have been revised to 2.8%, but that only matches last year's growth rate.
While the economy is expected to continue down the road to recovery, the central bank has decided to maintain its wait-and-see approach before weaning the nation off the record low interest rate. At its July policy meeting Thursday, the Bank of Korea held its benchmark rate at a record low of 1.25% for the 13th month in a row.
Due to domestic and global uncertainties, there's a need to observe future developments. While household debt has been falling in recent months, it remains high and under growing demand. We need to wait and see how the government plans to handle the situation.
Korea's household debt stands at a record level of over $1.1 trillion. The growing burden of mortgage payments could destabilize an economy struggling with low consumption, relatively high unemployment and income polarization. Down the line, most experts agree that an eventual rate hike is inevitable. The US Federal Reserve last month raised its rates by 25 basis points, further pressuring the Bank of Korea to follow suit to keep the country attractive for foreign investment and to prevent a possible capital outflow. Soo-young, Arirang News.